Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. Imagine holding a simple aluminum can in your hand. Today, we barely think about it. We use aluminum for food packaging, kitchen foil, cars, buildings, electronics, and even some of the world's most advanced aircraft. But now, imagine being told that this ordinary metal was once so valuable that, according to a widely cited historical comparison, its price was higher than gold. Yes, aluminum. The same metal we use today for everyday products was once considered an expensive and prestigious material. So, what happened? How did aluminum go from commanding an extraordinary price to becoming one of the most widely used metals in the modern world? The answer is an incredible story of science, technology, electricity, and mass production. And it begins with a surprising fact about aluminum itself. Aluminum is not an extremely rare element. In fact, it is one of the most abundant elements in Earth's crust. But there was a major problem. Unlike gold, which can sometimes be found in nature in its metallic form, aluminum is usually chemically bound to other elements inside minerals. For early scientists and manufacturers, separating pure aluminum from these compounds was extremely difficult and expensive. So even though aluminum was abundant beneath our feet, producing the actual metal was another story entirely. And that difficulty made aluminum extraordinarily valuable. In 1852, a frequently cited historical price comparison puts aluminum at approximately $34 per ounce. Gold, by comparison, was worth around $19 per ounce. At those quoted prices, aluminum was approximately 1.8 times the price of gold by weight. Think about that for a moment. A metal that we now use to make disposable beverage cans could, at one point in history, command a higher price per ounce than gold. Of course, historical prices can vary depending on the source, location, purity, and method of comparison. But the broader story is clear. Early metallic aluminum was extremely expensive to produce. And because it was difficult to obtain, it became associated with prestige and technological achievement. But this extraordinary value would not last forever. As scientists and engineers developed better production methods, the price of aluminum began to fall. By 1884, one documented historical figure placed the price of aluminum at approximately $16 per pound. That was already dramatically lower than the extraordinary prices associated with aluminum several decades earlier. But then came the breakthrough that would transform the aluminum industry forever. The year was 1886. Two young inventors, working independently on opposite sides of the Atlantic, Charles Martin Hall in the United States and Paul Héroult in France, developed essentially the same revolutionary method for producing aluminum using electrolysis. Today, we know it as the Hall-Héroult process. This breakthrough made it possible to produce aluminum far more efficiently and eventually on a massive industrial scale. And the economic consequences were dramatic. By 1889, only 3 years after the breakthrough, historical accounts put aluminum's market price at approximately $2 per pound. Compare that with the approximately $16 per pound reported in 1884. That represents a decline of roughly 87.5% in just 5 years, although aluminum's price was already falling before the Hall-Héroult process arrived. And the decline continued. By around 1894, historical accounts place aluminum at approximately 50 cents per pound. In just a few decades, aluminum had undergone an extraordinary transformation. It went from a difficult-to-produce luxury metal to an increasingly affordable industrial material. But why did aluminum's value collapse while gold remained extremely valuable? The answer comes down to a fundamental difference. Humans discovered how to produce aluminum on an enormous scale. Once the technology improved, production expanded, costs declined, and the supply of usable aluminum increased dramatically. Gold was different. Its natural scarcity remained. And its long-standing role in jewelry, finance, investment, and stores of value continued to support demand. Aluminum followed another path. As it became less expensive, its usefulness became even more important. Its low density made it valuable when reducing weight mattered. Its resistance to corrosion made it useful for long-lasting products. It could be formed into countless shapes and combined with other elements to create useful alloys. Soon, aluminum was appearing everywhere. In automobiles, buildings, electrical systems, food packaging, beverage cans, and perhaps most importantly, aviation. The metal that had once represented luxury became a fundamental material of modern industry. Today, aluminum is traded globally as an industrial commodity, and its market price changes constantly. Around July 2026, benchmark aluminum prices were roughly equivalent to about $1.42 to $1.43 per pound, depending on the specific market price and day. Compare that with the famous historical benchmark from 1852. Approximately $34 per ounce. Equivalent to $544 per pound when simply converted by weight. While gold at that historical benchmark was approximately $19 per ounce. Then aluminum's price fell. By 1884, approximately $16 per pound. In 1886, the Hull-Héroult breakthrough arrived. By 1889, approximately $2 per pound. By 1894, approximately 50 cents per pound. And today, aluminum is a globally mass-produced industrial commodity. These historical prices come from different eras and should not be treated as an inflation-adjusted investment comparison. But they reveal something extraordinary. The aluminum itself did not change. What changed was us. Our scientific knowledge changed. Our technology changed. Our access to electricity expanded. Our factories became larger and more efficient. And our ability to transform raw materials into useful products advanced dramatically. Aluminum's story is therefore about much more than the rise and fall of a metal's price. It demonstrates how technological innovation can completely transform the economic value of a material. A substance can be abundant, yet extraordinarily expensive, if humanity does not have an efficient way to produce it. And once that technological barrier disappears, everything can change. So, the next time you open an aluminum can or use a piece of aluminum foil, consider the remarkable history of the metal in your hand. Today, it may seem ordinary. But there was a time when aluminum was a symbol of rarity, prestige, and extraordinary value. A metal that, according to a famous historical price comparison, once commanded a higher price than gold. And that is how science and technology helped transform aluminum from a luxury metal into a material that helped build the modern world. If you enjoyed this fascinating journey through science, history, and technology, please like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories about the elements and materials that shape our world. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.